Hi and welcome everyone to another video on my channel. My name is Denis and today I'm going to show you how my team did so far in Game Week 37, and also I'm going to show you my transfer plans for the last game week of the season. As usual, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider giving a like, hit that subscribe button, but now let's get into it. Okay, so before moving forward, I just want to show you how my team did so far in Game Week 37. Now obviously there are still some games to be played, so a lot of things could change, but this was my team for Game Week 37. As you can see, I'm on a slightly small red arrow, but I'm not so sad at the moment because just 6 players play for me, so I still have 5 players to go. So hopefully I'm going to get a green arrow. Now I'm really hopeful at the moment because you're going to see in a minute, but as you can see, it was a pretty good gaming for me so far because all of my playing players scored good points. So Martinez with the 3rd clean sheet in a row. Now on my bench was Raya. He got 7 points, but at least the difference is not that big. And obviously I started Kivior against Newcastle. Honestly didn't expect a clean sheet in that game, but he also got 2 bonus points, so he got 7 points. Really happy with that, a big differential for me. Now talking about differential, my move for this week was selling Mateta to Vardy, so I really wanted to take the punt. Really happy that it paid off. So happy with that move. I bought in Vardy, he scored in his last game at Leicester. How beautiful is that? And he also got 2 bonus points, so 8 points in total for Vardy, my biggest differential so far. Wisa also helped a lot with 10 points, and Mbeumo just 5, Rogers also 6. So overall really happy with how my team performed, to be honest with you, this game week. On the bench I had Livramento with 2 points. Now as you can see, ISAK missed the game with an injury. We need to see if he's going to be fit for Game Week 38, but that's totally another discussion. My first bench player is going to be Sar. So I have still 5 players to go. Sar, Gvardiol and Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City, who hopefully are going to help me gain a good rank. Munoz, Sar from Crystal Palace, and my biggest differential, yes, Vardy is not my biggest differential in the team, surprisingly maybe for others. For me it is a surprise because my captain, as you can see, is Mohamed Salah for this game week. He's going to play tonight and he's my biggest differential in the team. Now maybe that says a lot, maybe that says that I'm a bad manager or something like that, but we're going to see what's going to happen. Obviously at the moment a lot of popular captaincy picks didn't score, didn't hold big time. As you can see, in Mbeumo with just 5 points, Watkins, another player a lot of people brought in, scored just 5 points, so I was maybe a little bit lucky there. Palmer also blanked, so let's see what Mohamed Salah can do, and obviously that could be huge for my rank. If he's going to get me something tonight, that would be really unbelievable. But let's see how my team is lining up at the moment for Game Week 38. Okay, so now let's take a look at how my team is lining up currently for Game Week 38. And firstly guys, I know Vardy is not going to play in Game Week 38, so if you don't know, if you bought Vardy, he probably is not going to be part of that game for Leicester against Bournemouth away. So yeah, I know he's not going to play. It was just a transfer for Game Week 37. Really happy that it worked out. What a legend, Jamie Vardy, just amazing. But yeah, let's start with the defense. As you can see, my goalkeepers are Raya and Martinez, although Martinez just got 3 clean sheets in a row. Probably in Game Week 38 I'm just going to play Raya because he has the better fixture against Southampton away. Now hopefully he's going to play because for the people who really want to buy Arsenal players for Game Week 38, that was a bad outcome that they win against Newcastle, because now they have that Champions League spot, the 2nd place secured. So really Arsenal don't have anything left to play this season, so we could see some rotation. But yeah, hopefully in my place the goalkeepers are not going to be rotated. I'm just going to play Raya. If he's not going to play, then it's fine. I have Martinez as a backup. In defense, I have Kivior, Gvardiol, Livramento. Probably this is going to be my backup line for Game Week 38. Not really interested to make any defensive transfers. Really happy with the players I've got at the moment. Saliba, really unlucky for the owners, but probably he has a little bit of a problem, a hamstring problem, and I just don't think that he's going to be risked in the last game of the season, an away game to Southampton, and they really don't have anything left to play in that game. So, but in my case, Kivior, hopefully he's going to start, so I'm just going to hope. And yeah, that's a great fixture. Really happy to have two Arsenal defensive players for this game against Southampton. Guardiol, really don't care too much about him because everybody owns him at the moment. But yeah, it's a nice fixture. We need to see what Manchester City are going to do in Gaming 37 against Bournemouth. So yeah, but they still have everything left to play. Probably that's going to remain in the last game week of the season. So yeah, really happy to have Vardiol, and maybe the defender I'm most excited about owning and starting at the moment is Livramento, because at the moment Newcastle are playing a back five with two wing backs. So hopefully that's going to be the case against Everton. They lost to Arsenal, so that's good news for me. To play Livramento, because they really need to win that game against Everton in the last gaming 38. And yeah, good chances for a clean sheet. Livramento is really attacking at the moment. Hopefully he's going to play as a wingback. So really happy to own Livramento. I have Konate and Munoz, which are not bad defenders, don't get me wrong. Konate could start against Crystal Palace at home in the last game of the season for Liverpool. Let's see if he's going to start against Brighton tonight, but at the moment I just don't see me playing Konate instead of any of my other defenders, and the same goes for Munoz. He's a really attacking defender. He could do really well against Liverpool away. To be honest with you, I can see some goals in that game, but still, it's Liverpool away. I'm not expecting really a clean sheet for Crystal Palace, so that's why Munoz probably is going to be on my bench. If you take a look at the midfield, another part where I'm really happy with my team, to be honest with you. I have Mohamed Salah at the moment, who's currently my captain against Crystal Palace at home. Last game of the season for Liverpool at home at Anfield. They're going to get the trophy also. So we really have all the things pointing towards a good performance from Liverpool and from Mohamed Salah. So at the moment, obviously, he's the safe captain. If I want to go a little bit different, depending on which transfers I'm going to do in Gaming 38, I could go a little bit different, but it really depends on how my rank is going to be at the end of Gaming 37, and then decide if I want to push a little bit more or if I'm happy with my rank. Mbeumo against Wolverhampton away, really nice fixture. Mbeumo on penalties, 90 minutes, you know, all the good stuff. Rodgers against Man United away. Yeah, United are going to be in this fixture just after the Europa League final. So again, Spurs, Man United, teams who really don't have anything left to play. Aston Villa really need to win also that game to have a chance of getting those Champions League spots. So really happy to have Rodgers and Mbeumo. Kevin De Bruyne, I'm really curious to see and interested to see if he's going to start against Bournemouth. Now it's going to be his last game for Manchester City. Here we can have some discussion, but maybe in the next part, because he could be a player I want to sell if I'm interested to buy someone like Bukayo Saka. So let's be honest here, but if we're going to get leaks in Gaming 38, and probably we're going to, because all the games are played at the same hour. If Kevin De Bruyne is league to start, or I'm really confident that he's going to start, I just don't see the reason to sell him in his last game at Manchester City. So yeah, really happy with De Bruyne too at the moment. In attack, my forward line here, I'm going to make some changes for Gaming 38. As I said before, Vardy is not going to play. If I'm going to keep Vardy, he's going to be on my bench. And yeah, I'm just going to play Sar or the player I'm going to buy. But Wissa is going to stay in my team, that's for sure, against Wolverhampton away. I really don't have the luxury of selling Wissa, and also I think that Mbeumo Wissa are a great combo to have. Yeah, Brentford sadly don't have really anything left to play in the last game of the season, but they are getting good minutes, and hopefully that's going to be the case also in Gaming 38. ISAK is the interesting one. Now, before Gaming 37, my planned moves were selling ISAK to Evan Nilsson and Ismail Assar to Bukayo Saka, but now with the injury concerns about Isak, probably everyone is going to sell him. Now we really need to see, to get more news from Eddie Howe, and let's just see if there are some chances Isak is going to start in Gaming 38, because if he's going to start, then I could see myself keeping him, because as I said before, Newcastle really need to win that game, and if Isak is fit to play, I think that he's going to start. But again, there's also another problem with Isak. He's not playing great at the moment, and even if he's going to play, he's not 100%. We saw he's struggling. Probably he's going to have an operation after the end of the season, so he's not an amazing pick to have. But for sure, if he's going to start, I'm going to think to just keep him. And Vardy, as I said, probably is going to be sold or just bench. But let's just jump straight to see my transfer plans for Gaming 38. Now, as you can see from the screen, these are my transfer options currently for Gaming 38. I have one free transfer and 2.4 millions in the bank. So I have some money to play around, and I could do some upgrades. Now, option one, obviously, it doesn't mean that it's my preferred option or something like that, but pretty much it is. I just need to decide if I want to take a hit or I just want to use my one free transfer and be done with it. And also that's depending on how Gaming 37 is going to end and how happy I'm going to be with my rank before Gaming 38. Now, if we talk a little bit about the option one, let's just say for an example, I want to make one transfer. What I can do is to sell a midfielder or a striker, obviously, but as you can see, probably the players who I'm going to sell are Sar and Vardy. That's assuming Isak is going to be fit for Gaming 38. If Isak is not going to be fit, probably I'm just going to sell him and take a -4. But if I'm going to go with just one transfer, I can sell someone like Sar, and the options are pretty much obvious. I could go for someone like Bowen against Ipswich away. I could go for someone like Clivert, someone like Semenyo. So I really like the fixtures for Bournemouth, for West Ham. What I can do also here is to sell someone like Kevin De Bruyne to Bukayo Saka, but that's why I'm not including him on the list, because if I'm going to sell Kevin De Bruyne, I will have to play one of Vardy, who's not going to play, or Sar against Liverpool away, and that's a thing I don't really want to do. So I'm going to play a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2 formation, depending on which players I'm going to sell in this situation, Vardy or Sar. Hopefully you understood. Now, if there are also other options, there are other strikers to consider, obviously, but at the moment these are my preferred choice, and I don't really need to show you all the players I can buy, but these are my preferred choices at the moment. As you can see, my other options could be to sell Sar to someone like Martinelli, to someone like Luis Diaz, if we get a league that they're going to start. These are all good options. Or to look to buy someone like Watkins, for example, is if Isak is going to be out. I could, if I decide to use a defensive transfer, but that's the probability is really low to do that. Someone like Kerkez could be a good option. Someone like Marmoush could be an option if we get a league that is going to start and Man City really need to win that game. So these are all good options, and probably there are others like Havertz from Arsenal. If he's going to start against Southampton, he could be also a great striker to have. But again, if we go to the option 2, it's not the only option when I take a -4, but this was my plan before Gaming 37, to sell Isak to Evanilson against Leicester at home. I really like that move, and also that would free up the money to buy Bukayo Saka by selling Sar, and that was my plan before Gaming 37. Now a lot of things changed because Arsenal secured the Champions League spots, and now I'm not so sure if I want to buy Bukayo Saka, because he's not gonna get 90 minutes probably in the last game of the season. We don't know if he's going to start. Arsenal are going to rotate probably a little bit, but we really need to see what Arteta is going to say this week. And yeah, if I think that Saka is going to start, probably I'm just going to do this and take the hit, because he could be a great differential captain. And even if I don't decide to captain him, he could be a great differential, because not everyone is going to buy him, also with the rotation risk. But if I want to take a -4, I could also sell, for an example, someone like Isak to Evanilson. Probably that's going to be the move, because I really want Evanilson if I want to buy a striker. But also I can sell Sar to someone like Clivert, Semenyo, Bowen, also for a -4. But again, it really depends on what's going to happen till gaming 37. Let's wait and see if any injuries are going to occur, if some teams are going to be on the beach for gaming 38. But yeah, for the last part, let's see how my team is looking for gaming 38. Okay, now as I said before, a lot of my transfer plans are going to be depending on whatever Isak is going to be fit or not, because as you can see, I bought Vardy. Maybe it was a mistake, but it really paid off, so I'm not really angry about that. Vardy is not going to be played, and I don't really want to play with 4 defenders for gaming 38. Now, if Isak, sorry, is going to be out, I probably will 100% sell him. And my options are pretty much these players you see on the right: Evan Nilsson, Watkins, Raul. Probably these are one of the best forwards to target for gaming 38. Raul against Tottenham, that's a great fixture. Watkins and Evan Nilsson. Now, probably the player I'm really the most interested is Evan Nilsson because of the fixture, pretty much against Leicester at home. And as I said before, if Isak is going to be out, probably I'm going to be forced to take a -4. I mean, not forced, but you understand me. I don't really want to play Sar against Liverpool away. Although, if I'm really happy with my rank, that could be a possibility too. I think that there could be goals in that game. Liverpool, Crystal Palace, and Sar could be involved in that. Nobody knows. But in an ideal world, I wouldn't want to play Sar, and if that's going to be the case, I'm just going to sell him for another midfielder. I will have 11.5 millions in the bank, so money is not going to be a problem. I could buy Bukayo Saka. Now, yeah, if we go to the midfielders, obviously I don't really need to use all the budget, right? So if I'm not sure that he's going to start against Southampton, I could just buy someone like Martinelli, or to go for a Bournemouth defender. If I want to be sure for the minutes, I'm going to go for someone like Semenyo, although I really would love to go for someone like Clivert, for example, because he's on set pieces, on penalties. The only problem with Clivert is that he's not getting regular minutes at the moment, and preferably I would want him to play at least 80 minutes or something like that. Someone like Barnes could be an option against Everton. Bowen, as I said before, against Ipswich. Palmer, but probably I won't go there. I had enough of Palmer in the last fixtures, and yeah, the form is just not there. Probably next season he's going to be again back to his best, but at the moment, no. So yeah, pretty much these are my options. Now let's just pretend that Isak is going to be fit, and yeah, if I trust him with his form, the fixture is okay against Everton at home. It's not great because Everton are one of the best defenses in the Premier League in the last few game weeks at least. But yeah, Newcastle still need to win that game. But yeah, if we pretend that he's not, he's going to be fit, I could just sell Sar to another midfielder, and I will have 8 millions in the bank. So Bowen is 7.8. Probably I'm going to be priced out this week for this move, because I really don't want to make any early transfers at the moment. It's the last gimmick of the season. I recommend you to also to hold your transfer. Let's see what news is going to come out from the press conferences, and then make our moves, because if I can't afford Bowen, for an example, it's not such a big deal to just buy someone like Semenyo or Clivert or Martinelli, or who knows, maybe another Arsenal midfielder. But yeah, at the moment, these are my plans. Now, thank you so much for watching this long. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And yeah, I'm going to see you later. Bye.